Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a company in the medical monitoring space. The name is Biotricity Incorporated, and we initially covered this stock about a year ago on the channel, and since then they've had a number of key developments that I wanted to talk about in today's presentation. Now before we get into it, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of Biotricity, what you think about their platform and technology, and how you think they stack up to some of the other players in the medical space. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing an update on Biotricity. This is a company we initially covered about a year ago on the channel. And since that initial coverage, there's been a ton of changes. There's been new products launched. We've had earnings come out multiple times, which we're going to talk about in today's presentation, and a number of bullish catalysts that are now on the horizon for this high growth medical focused company. Now, as you can see here, share price is trading in the neighborhood of about $1.03 US. They were up 1 cent on the day. This is as of close on Monday, November 14th. So about 1% on the session. And Biotricity, at least the chart, has held up relatively well compared to the greater economic or macro environment over the last couple of months. Now, if you look at a 6-month chart here, you can see Biotricity hit a high at the end of June of $1.77. And more recently, we bottomed out at about 78 cents on September 27th and then retested that support on October 12th. Now, this is a company that I'm super excited about. I think they have a great pipeline of products and platforms in terms of their technology, all supported by a robust research and development platform, and I'm really excited to get into today's presentation. Now, with that being said, I wanted to kick off today's presentation by jumping over to the Biotricity corporate website. I'll leave a link in the video description below if you want to go in and take a look for yourself and give you guys a little bit of a background or refresher as to what it is Biotricity is all about. So if we go onto the homepage here and continue to scroll down, you can see Biotricity is a modern medical technology company focused on delivering innovative remote biometric monitoring solutions to the medical and consumer markets. This includes diagnostics and post-diagnostic solutions for chronic conditions and lifestyle improvement. And we're going to talk about the various different platforms and technology throughout today's presentation. Now, in terms of the products that are offered from Biotricity, we'll take a quick look here and then dive into these in more detail as we move through today's video. You've got Bioflux, which is really one of the core technologies at this organization. Biotrace, which is focused on quickly identifying cardiac arrhythmias. Then you've got BioHeart, which really gives people the lifestyle and the ability to live life to the fullest. After that, you've got BioCare, or their telemed division, which is really, in their opinion, the future of physician and patient consultations. And we've seen a big shift towards this in the post-pandemic world. Following that, you've got BioCare Cardiac, which is the cardiac disease management care system or platform. And what's really interesting about Biotricity is all of these different technologies or platforms are really interwoven to create an ecosystem that helps patients really live the best or get the most out of their lives. And that's what you can see here when you look at the technology roadmap. You can see they're committed to improving patient care and lifestyle, which includes digital technology, which we looked at, the monitoring and collection of data, and actually motivating or supporting these patients to manage their conditions. And what really stood out to me is just the size of this addressable market. So you can see in the US, 51.7% of adults have at least one chronic disease. 7 of the 10 top causes of death are related to chronic disease, and 86% of healthcare dollars are spent on chronic disease or addressing these ailments. So it's a massive opportunity or addressable market, both in terms of individual headcount or patients, and in terms of the amount of dollars or financing that's going into this sector. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about as we move into the next slide. So this slide here is actually pulled from the investor presentation, and it gives a great high-level summary or corporate summary of Biotricity. And you can see they make reference to TAM, or total addressable market, in the final bullet point, which we're going to get to. So again, Biotricity is focused on improving the quality of care and saving lives with revolutionary product portfolio and business model targeting a multi-billion-dollar total addressable market. They're selling proprietary FDA-approved cardiac monitoring solutions today across 29 different states, and they're utilizing it daily with new sites and cardiologists that are being added every single month. So that's one of the key differentiators here, is this is already FDA approved. It's already out in the general public and being used to generate revenue for Biotricity. Now, the other thing here, you can see they call out saving lives. So this is an organization, again, you can feel good about investing in because it's leading to positive change in the lives of these patients. Now, this is a recurring revenue business, which I absolutely love, across existing and future product platforms known as Technology as a Service, or TaaS. And the other thing that I absolutely love about this business is the products are insurance reimbursable. So people's insurance companies in the United States will actually reimburse them for the cost of this technology. And that obviously means it opens the door to many more people who maybe couldn't afford this on their own, but are able to take advantage of the Biotricity platform and products because of their insurance eligibility. Now, they've got triple-digit growth year over year, even with COVID or despite the pandemic. And again, I actually think the pandemic has really shifted trends favorably for Biotricity. They've got a proven go-to-market strategy in terms of their sales and operations model, and they're continuing to roll out complementary products throughout 2022 that we're going to look at next up in the presentation. Now, they've already received FDA approval and clearance for their Biotrace product, or Biotrez product that we looked at in the intro, and they're well capitalized to support their growth initiatives with over 2,000 physicians now onboarded to their product platform. Now finally, or last but not least, is this total addressable market, which they've increased from $1 billion to approximately $35 billion with the new products that they've added into their ecosystem over the last few quarters. So they're continuing to identify medical monitoring opportunities and advance their technology and their platform within this overall ecosystem to take advantage of these opportunities. Now, we alluded to some of these statistics a little bit earlier, but when you look at the cardiac market opportunity, as of 2018, there was approximately 30 million Americans that have some sort of diagnosis. That number's obviously increased over the last couple of years, and physicians need an integrated approach within their practice that allows them to diagnose and prescribe monitoring equipment to patients with multiple different comorbidities, which is also known as additional conditions which are linked to their primary condition. Physicians need to be actively monitoring data from compromised patients to trigger real-time intervention and reduce patient risk and physician liability through faster diagnosis. And that's exactly what the technology from Biotricity allows physicians to do. So really, any great company sets out to solve a problem, and as we've talked about, the problem with cardiac care is the current system is disjointed, it's provided by multiple different vendors, and they don't talk to each other as well as they could. Cardiac issues are intermittent, so patients are often asymptomatic and require long-term data with connectivity to properly be diagnosed. Many of the existing solutions are passive rather than proactive, so it's not real-time recording or devices being used. And patients who have already undergone a procedure or post-procedure patients are at a high risk and should remain under observation with these real-time observation technologies, again, which is being offered by Biotricity. Now, because of this lack cross-compatibility with other devices and solutions, it's been very difficult in the past for physicians to get a clear picture of what's going on with their patients. And as Biotricity has identified, the key here is long-term continuous monitoring, which gives better results and detection of early warning signs in an illness, which is actually going to decrease hospital admission rates for these patients. So you can see the global RPM, or remote patient monitoring market, is expected to grow from $23.2 billion in 2020 to $117.1 billion in 2025. And this is a direct reflection of, number one, the aging population and the increase we're seeing in a lot of these cardiac conditions. Now, that's really a perfect segue to this slide here, which talks about the journey of a cardiac patient from diagnosis to follow-up and then eventually management. And this really illustrates quite nicely the ecosystem that Biotricity has created. So in the onset, the diagnostics, the testing, the cardiac monitoring, that's where Bioflux, their core platform, and Biotray or Biotress comes into play. You then see the journey continues to the Biocare division, which is focused on patient visit prescriptions. After that, you've actually got the interventions and the procedures, and then you move into the continuous management stage. And that's where BioHeart, BioKit, and BioCare really come into play or take center stage. Now from there, you've got the coaching and follow-up to continually promote healthy living within these patients and take care of them in terms of their lifestyle. So that's where the coaching follow-up comes in, and again, managed through the BioCare platform. Now the nice thing about this is not only is it a great opportunity for Biotricity, but it allows the patient to feel comfortable and confident that they're dealing with the same organization and the same technology throughout their journey. And you can see this slide here does a nice job of really summarizing these different product offerings. So you've got Bioflux, again, focused on real-time active monitoring. BioCare Cardiac, which is focused on the chronic care management. So this is going to include things like care coordination, patient engagement, and management. You've got BioHeart, which is focused on their personal lifestyle management. So really finding and providing those cardiac lifestyle solutions. BioKit is actually the RPM or remote patient monitoring system itself, which is fully integrated and aligned with the chronic care management platform. And then you've got the BioCare Virtual Clinic, which provides that remote specialty care and really leverages telemedicine that is fully integrated with diagnostics, the chronic care management, and the RPM or remote patient monitoring platform, which enables them to deliver that specialty care. And you can see all of these different products or platforms are offered as a TaaS solution or technology as a service. And again, all 5 offer recurring revenue and profit centers for the providers who are actually administering these treatments. So to summarize, Biotricity is combining personal disease management through BioHeart and BioKit with chronic care management through BioCare and diagnostics through their Bioflux platform, all interconnected with telemedicine to deliver remote-based care alongside in-person care, all while creating new revenue streams for providers. So really, what's not to love about this business model and the opportunity that Biotricity has in front of them? And with that being said, I wanted to jump into this article from Trader News today. I'll leave a link in the video description below, which lays out 6 key reasons why they're super excited about Biotricity moving forward. So the article is titled "Little Known Medical Technology Company Cracks the Code to $219 Billion Heart Disease Crisis." So when you talk about total addressable market, this is an absolutely huge opportunity. See how a first of its kind cardiac disease solution could create an unprecedented opportunity for Biotricity Incorporated, again, trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker BTCY. And that's what we're going to talk about next up in the presentation. So they lay out 6 key reasons here, which I'll take you through, and then we'll go into more detail throughout the article. So number 1, little known microcap stock Biotricity is currently trading in the range of about 99 cents to $1 and has a market cap in the neighborhood of about $50 million. So compared to a lot of medical companies, this is just a fraction of the size, giving you the opportunity to get in early on a very high growth industry and high growth company. Now the second point here is related to some technical trends we've seen or technical charts on the company. Now back when this article was put together in September, we had seen about 104% move in the share price over the past 30 days or 1 month, off of its lows of about 75 cents. So that was on September 27th. They climbed to an intraday high of $1.53 on October 28th. And you can see they've now fallen back into that range right around $1 US. So in terms of buying opportunity or getting in at the right time, you're able to get in at an extremely exciting company for a much more attractive price than you could have back in the month of October. Now the third point here talks about the potential upside. So we saw a 52-week high or a yearly high in the neighborhood of $5.30, which was in December of last year. So if you do the math on that, you guys, and you consider we're trading in the neighborhood of about $1, they had a 52-week high in excess of $5. The numbers start to make a lot of sense in terms of the upside potential. And again, at the time this article was put together, when Biotricity was trading at 75 cents, that would have implied a 606% return. Now moving past the share price and the technical analysis here, if we actually focus on the technology, the fourth point talks about the healthy focus at the core of this company. So heart disease is the leading cause of death for both men and women in the United States. Unfortunately, about 660,000 people in the US alone die from heart disease each and every year. And that's an average of 1 in 4 deaths, meaning one person succumbs to heart disease about every 40 seconds. Now, because of that, obviously the United States is investing a ton of money into this space, and that's where that $219 billion market opportunity actually comes from. So as you can imagine, if Biotricity is able to provide a solution or help people manage these conditions, it's a huge benefit not only to the organization, but to hundreds of thousands of Americans and people around the world who are struggling with these conditions. So that's actually a great segue to the fifth point here, which talks about Biotricity's BioCare cardiac platform, which is a first of its kind comprehensive cardiac disease management solution, which we just looked at, and combines both diagnostics, remote patient monitoring or RPM, and disease and lifestyle management. So exactly that ecosystem we talked about a couple of slides ago. And the sixth point, again, we mentioned in the intro, but Biotricity has already received FDA approval, and they're already supplying or selling their cardiac monitoring solutions across 29 states in the US, with a current network of around 2,000 cardiologists nationwide, which is continuing to grow each and every month. So really, whether you're looking at the chart, the share price, the market opportunity, or Biotricity's technology, what's not to like about this organization? Now, if we continue to scroll down, you can see breaking news. So Biotricity is coming out with their second quarter financial results this week, so November 14th, which is exactly why I wanted to refresh or talk about this company this week. So again, I would definitely encourage you guys to go in and take a closer look through the financial results if you're thinking about making an investment in this organization. And they then go on to talk about Biotricity and the market that they're looking to address. So we already talked about the core problem this company is trying to solve. And again, unfortunately, the number or amount of people that are struggling with a lot of these conditions. Now, in terms of the chart, I know we took a quick look at the intro here, but you can see huge upside possibilities with Biotricity. And again, we're currently trading in that dollar range, but this is a company that we've seen explosive share price growth in the past. And really, a lot of investors are starting to wake up to the power of this telemedicine sector and remote patient monitoring, which means there could be a lot more upside to come if Biotricity is able to continue to deliver on promises to shareholders. And really, from a technical standpoint here, two of the key numbers we're looking at is the 50-day moving average, which is sitting at 99 cents. So we're very close to crossing that at the time of filming, along with the 200-day moving average, which is currently sitting at $1.60 US. So if you're someone who watches the charts closely or a technical trader, these are a couple of numbers definitely to keep an eye on over the next few weeks. Now, with that being said, the chart is really only half the story here. So if we look at some of the recent milestones, this is really dating throughout 2022. You can see they uplisted to the NASDAQ, which provides a lot more visibility in terms of potential market participants. They've unveiled their medical device kit or BioKit, which we looked at as part of that ecosystem. They unveiled BioHeart, which is the first of its kind continuous heart rhythm recorder. They recorded record revenue of $1.81 million for Q2 of 2022. So that was up 143% year over year. And that represents the company's 10th consecutive quarter of triple-digit year-over-year growth. So again, really speaking to the market opportunity. They posted 62% gross margin for Q2, and they announced the release of their BioCare cardiac platform, which is a personal cardiac health application for individuals diagnosed with or at risk of cardiovascular disease, which is designed to be used with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 series. And the last point here, the company closed Q2, which ended September 30th, with the strongest balance sheet in their corporate history, which is going to support that ongoing growth and the execution of their business plan. So a very timely video to follow up on the Q2 results. And again, I would encourage you to go in and listen to management's discussion if you want more information on their quarterly numbers. So we took a look at this chart in the intro here, talking about how digital technology really complements the monitoring, the collection of data, and that in turn allows Biotricity to motivate and manage their patient conditions and outcomes. And at the core of this, in my opinion, is really their R&D or research and development focus. So unlike many of the existing platforms or healthcare providers, which are reactive, the focus here with Biotricity is on preventative healthcare with a vision of putting health management into the hands of the patient or the individual. And really what that means is Biotricity has come up with proprietary RPM platforms that can be leveraged for various different industries and continues to push the envelope in terms of R&D to push new products through their pipeline and provide new solutions across a spectrum of healthcare applications. And this includes remote COPD monitoring, fetal monitoring, sleep apnea monitoring, and other chronic conditions. So by no means is Biotricity done with their current products or platform, and they're looking to expand that portfolio each and every year. And they then go on to talk about some of those chronic condition stats we mentioned a little bit earlier. Now, Biotricity currently sells their proprietary, again, FDA approved cardiac monitoring solutions across 29 states, which you can see here, which represents approximately 2,000 cardiologists nationwide. So even in the United States alone, there's still a huge unmet market opportunity. And what's great about this company is they look for physicians' input to help create these solutions and bridge the gap in the marketplace between the healthcare system and the people it treats. And that's really the core of their R&D focus. Now, if we double click on the BioCare cardiac platform, again, a first of its kind comprehensive cardiac disease management solution. This is a look at what the platform actually looks like. So you can see it's accessible either online, by your device, or on your tablet. And you've got access to real-time monitoring and data for individual patients available immediately to physicians. So Biotricity launched their cardiac disease management solution following 2 successful pilots with Oklahoma and Kentucky clinics. And on October 26th, so fairly recently, Biotricity announced the US launch of their BioCare cardiac platform. So this is still fresh here, you guys. We haven't even seen the impact of this huge launch. This was a national rollout that followed those 2 successful pilots. And you can see the size of the pilots was tens of thousands of patients, so quite sizable. And this platform is designed to expand Biotricity's existing remote monitoring tools, which are already used by that network of cardiologists. So very complementary products here. BioCare Cardiac combines the chronic care management, the remote patient monitoring, the cardiac diagnostics, and lifestyle management. Again, all underpinned through telemedicine to help engage and manage patients to live better lives. And patients are given access to a combination of Biotricity's suite of monitoring services, which are integrated within a care plan delivered via the BioCare Cardiac app. So a very seamless, smooth, and holistic treatment plan here. Now, physicians receive monthly reports on patient trends and customized alerts for out-of-range data, or said another way, anything abnormal or concerning is immediately flagged, and this enables them to intervene if necessary. So a super exciting technology, and again, a huge complementary product to the existing Biotricity platform. Now, the other one I wanted to quickly look at here is Bioflux, which is one of Biotricity's premier products. So you can see Bioflux here, and this is a single integrated mobile cardiac telemetry solution that consists of that proprietary mobile ECG monitoring device and ECG viewer software package. So Bioflux enables physicians to remotely monitor and diagnose patients with cardiovascular coronary heart disease. And together with their proprietary software and that 24/7 monitoring capability, Bioflux is a complete solution for remote cardiac monitoring that can be integrated seamlessly into the physician's existing workflows. So another example of cutting-edge technology that integrates very easily to the existing physician treatment plan, and really a great example of how Biotricity's proprietary products are meeting the demands or the needs of the market. And one final point I wanted to bring up from this article, which was a massive milestone for this company. They actually just surpassed 2 billion recorded and analyzed heartbeats for atrial fibrillation. So on October 4th, Biotricity announced this significant milestone. They've now analyzed over 2 billion heartbeats for the most common type of cardiac arrhythmia and leading cause of stroke. And that was all possible through their high precision single unit mobile cardiac telemetry device, which was their Bioflux platform. So leveraging the company's proprietary AI or artificial intelligence, over 2 billion total heartbeats to date have been segmented for AFib analysis. And they cite the global market for AFib is expected to reach $26 billion by 2027 with a compound annual growth rate of 13.2%. And this large data set further benefits patients, providers, and ultimately clinical research, because the more people, heartbeats, and data this company gathers, the better they're able to fine-tune these devices and improve their research and development. So really a huge congratulations to the team at Biotricity for crossing this monumental milestone. So with that being said, I wanted to leave you guys with this slide here, which really summarizes some of the key differentiators for Biotricity. So number one is the management team, over 100 years of collective startup experience. They've got a proven track record of raising over $100 million in capital across various different companies and industries. And between the executive team, they've developed and launched 70 products, between 30 countries around the world. So they've got the track record, the know-how, the expertise, and the connections to make these products come to life. Now, in terms of the second pillar here, or differentiator, sales, 150 years of collective experience launching new medical devices from 15 startups, all in the cardiac space. And they've got this highly skilled and proven sales team, which actually received the President's Club Award, that allows this company to really get the products in the hands of physicians around the United States. Now, finally, is their operations. So 50 years collective operational experience. And that ranges from organizations with revenue in the range of $5 million all the way up to $250 million. So a wealth of operational knowledge here. And again, a proven track record of delivering organizational growth and expansion. So for those reasons, you guys, and all the other reasons we talked about in today's presentation, Biotricity is definitely one I'd keep an eye on over the next couple of quarters. I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Is this a company you're holding? What do you think about their products and their technology? And how do you think they stack up to some of the other players in this space? If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you hit the like button. And if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.